All right, welcome back to another episode of Watch Me Mix. So we're mixing Until I Get Back, and last episode we discovered that there was no bottom mic on the snare track. So what I've done is I've used the replace drum feature to add this this really top endy snare just as a precaution. We'll use maybe a little bit of it just to kind of emulate a bottom mic on a snare. Really loud. Lots of top end. And then here's the original snare just so you can hear it. So it's really thick, lots of bottom end. So let's get into these drums a little bit here. What we're going to do, because I've noticed everything in this mix is just so loud to start with, we're going to take the whole group of everything and we're going to turn it down by 10 dB. Good. And then we're just going to reorder some of these drums. So I'm going to put the kick up at the top. We're going to take the room mics, which are all these, and we're going to put them over here. Here's the other snare that it's only really happening at the very end, this one snare hit, so I'm not sure what's happening there. We're just going to ignore those for the time being. I'm going to change the color on this track. By the way, a little tip, if I want to change the color on this track to match the one above it, if I right click and say assign track color, I might not know exactly which color. It's, you know, some of these are really close and I might spend a minute trying to figure out exactly which color it is. But if I select both of them and say assign track color, it has both colors selected. So I can just click this and now they match. So this is going to be my snare bottom emulation. Here's the 3 room mics. This drum pad, I don't know what this is doing. It's silent. I already listened to it in the last episode, so we're going to hide that as well. There's the ride, the 2 toms, hats. The tom is here. The other tom is here. So it's going to go there. Hats. So we have kick. Here's our snare. So we have kick here, snare here, hats here, tom, tom, ride. Room. One of these is mono, this one. So we're going to put this one down here for now. We're going to reassign the icons here to these 2 mics. It's just going to help me remember which one's mono. And then the single mic like that. And now we are set up to start getting these drums going. So let's listen to the kick. This is the inside mic on the kick. Here's the outside one. All right, so we're going to use this inside one. This outside one I don't think we'll need. All the frequencies this outside one are giving us are in this inside one. So I'll show you. I'll prove that to you. If I go to my EQ here, let's throw an EQ on this kick. We're going to do something like this. Very nice. Here it is before and after. Now a compressor. We're using all stock plugins in this series as much as I can. I'm going to use the rock kick preset here, and I'm trying to use presets kind of on purpose too, because I think it's just easier to start with a preset. It helps everyone follow along. So that's plenty of compression. And now I'm going to put another EQ after that just because there's a lot of rumble still happening. All right, so there's our kick. Now check this out. If we look at the frequencies that we're getting on this kick, a lot of 50 through 100. That's the main, and then the slap is up here. Now let's look at what frequencies is this outside mic giving us. So I'm going to put an EQ on it and we'll see. So you can see it's giving us 100 and even less slap. So it's really just doubling. So we actually don't need this mic at all. Oops, hit the wrong button. Hide. And now we have just the one kick. All right, let's look at the snare. This is the original snare. All right, so all we're going to do to this, basic EQ, cut out whatever we don't need. Maybe add some slap. Okay, there's that. We'll compress this guy. I think we'll use the rock snare compression, rock snare top right here. Something like this. I could play with that all day. Now let's look at the bottom one. So this is the bottom one that I replaced, or I just doubled. I used this audio to create this MIDI, and then used a really top end high sample. It does have some ring to it, which might be a problem. I'm going to see if I can locate that ring. Yeah, couple different areas where it's ringing. We're gonna. This is a big one, right around 800. I'm gonna drop that out. That helps a little bit. Really what we're after with this track, this one really does not need to sound that good. It's just there to give some top end of on this other snare if we need it. And we'll compress this. I bet you can guess which compressor. This is the gonna be the rock snare bottom. Okay, so here's the one that I added. I just pulled it down, hearing the original in addition. And we're going to have a lot of snare sound in the overheads as well. So let's look at the hats. Now I'm going to do a very aggressive EQ on this because I know I have a lot of hat sound in the overheads. So we're just going after the sparkle here. Just like that. And we're going to pan these maybe 20 to the left. I think that's where I heard them in the overhead, off to the left. We're going to ignore these toms for now. We're going to come back to these. I'm going to do some gating on these probably. Now this ride. Again, just going after sparkle. There's going to be plenty of that in the overhead. So let's listen to the overheads. Got this first one. Next one. Next one. Okay, yeah, so what's happening is this one is most of the room. So I'm getting all the instruments in here. So that's all the instruments. These two are mostly drums. What I'm going to do is we're going to use this one later on as like a room thing, and then we'll use these as part of the drums. So let's take a listen to this first one. Yeah, this one has more room sound. So just controlling that bottom end, getting some brightness in there. Here's the drums that we got so far. Good. So lots of hi-hat sound in that overhead already. So that's going to do it for the drums here. I think what I'll do is I'll end the video here. In the next video, we'll take a look at gating these toms. What that's going to do, and this might be a disaster. We'll see. It might not be worth my time. But what that's going to do is it will cut out all of the room noise in between these tom hits. If you listen to this tom track, now I don't mind the room noise, but what I mind is I hear the vibration of the tom in between. So when he hits the kick, I can hear the tom vibrating. Like those aren't tom hits. This is a tom hit. Watch your ears, it's going to be loud. So what I want to do is essentially just cut this up so that I just get the tom hits. But we can use a gate to do that. There's a couple different ways to do that in Logic, but I'm going to try using a gate. It's a very standard way of doing it. And we'll see how it goes. So yeah, come back for the next episode. We'll gate these toms and then we'll keep moving forward.